Hello students. In this video, we will learn how microorganisms are useful to us. But before we begin, do you know? What are microorganisms? Microorganisms, also known as microbes, are tiny living organisms that are too small to be seen with the naked eye. They exist all around us, in the air, in water, on surfaces, and even inside our bodies. Despite their small size, they play a significant role in various aspects of life. Microorganisms come in different types, such as bacteria, viruses, fungi, protozoa, and algae. Each type has its own unique characteristics and functions. Let us now dive into the fascinating world of microorganisms and their incredible roles in our lives. Some microorganisms are our friends and bring us many benefits. These microorganisms help us make yummy curd, fluffy bread, and delicious cakes. Did you know that microorganisms are involved in the production of medicines? And here is another fascinating fact. Microorganisms have been used for ages in the production of alcohol. They are also great at cleaning up the environment by breaking down organic waste. But that's not all. In the field of agriculture, microorganisms have a special role too, where they boost soil fertility by fixing nitrogen. But not all microorganisms are friendly. There are some troublemakers too, which can cause diseases. It's important to learn about them so we can protect ourselves and stay healthy. So first up, let us look at the making of curd and bread and the role of microorganisms in it. Students, we know that one of the important functions of some beneficial microbes that are there is the formation of curd. Right? Now, we know that curd is something that we get from the milk. If we add some amount of curd to a bowl of milk and keep it overnight, we see that the next day curd is formed. So what exactly is happening here? Listen to this very important concept, students. When it comes to curd, a special bacterium called lactobacillus, which is also known as lactic acid bacteria, LAB, plays a starring role. This bacterium loves milk and multiplies in it, transforming it into delicious curd. And it's not just curd. Bacteria also help in making cheese, pickles, and many other tasty treats. In fact, curd is an important ingredient in rava idlis and bhatturas. Can you guess why? It's because bacteria and yeast work their magic during the fermentation process, making the idlis and bhatturas fluffy and tasty. Now a question may arise, what is fermentation? Don't worry, we will just learn about it in a while. Now, let's talk about bread. Ever wondered why bread rises and becomes so fluffy? Well, that's all thanks to yeast, another amazing microorganism. Yeast loves to reproduce quickly with very little oxygen that is available. This yeast acts on the sugar and breaks it down or converts it to alcohol. While doing this, yeast also produces a gas called carbon dioxide when it respires. This gas forms bubbles in the dough and makes it expand, giving bread its delightful volume. And it's not just bread. Yeast is also used in the baking industry to make pastries and cakes, creating those scrumptious treats we all love. Now, this is known as the process of fermentation. We know that fermentation is nothing but a process. It is a process where sugars are broken down anaerobically, or, you can say, without using oxygen by microorganisms. We also see here that in the alcohol formation, wherein we produce wine, we see that the same process is applied wherein fermentation is used. We see that natural sugars that we find in pineapple, grapes, barley, they're all broken down in order to produce alcohol. Moving on, let's learn about the medicinal use of microorganisms. Students, have you ever wondered how medicines like antibiotics work? Well, it's all thanks to the power of microorganisms. And do you know who accidentally discovered the first antibiotic? In the year 1929, we had a very important breakthrough discovery that took place. Yes, Alexander Fleming discovered the first antibiotic. So, Alexander Fleming was actually culturing some bacteria in the lab, and what he observed was, due to some contamination, there was another fungi that was secreting a chemical substance that was there which was inhibiting the growth of the bacteria. And eventually we saw that the antibiotic that we obtained here was penicillin. Now students, when you're feeling unwell, the doctor might prescribe antibiotics like penicillin to help you recover. These medicines are made from microorganisms, and they have the amazing ability to kill or stop the growth of harmful microorganisms that cause diseases. They are like superheroes fighting off the bad guys. And did you know that many antibiotics are produced from bacteria and fungi? Streptomycin, tetracycline, and erythromycin are just a few examples. These antibiotics are manufactured by growing specific microorganisms, and they're used to treat a variety of illnesses. They're so powerful that they're even given to animals in their feed to prevent infections. However, it's important to remember that antibiotics should only be taken under the guidance of a qualified doctor. It's crucial to complete the full course of antibiotics as prescribed. Taking antibiotics when they're not needed or in incorrect doses can make the drugs less effective in the future. It can also harm the beneficial bacteria in our bodies. It's worth noting that antibiotics don't work against viral infections like colds and flu, since those are caused by viruses, not bacteria. Microorganisms are used in vaccines too. Just as a raincoat serves to protect us from the rain, vaccines act as a shield for our bodies against harmful microorganisms. When a disease-causing microbe tries to attack us, our amazing body fights back by producing special soldiers called antibodies. But here is the fascinating part: vaccines give our bodies a sneak peek of the enemy without actually causing harm. They introduce weakened or dead microbes into our body, and our body learns how to defeat them. It's like a practice battle that prepares us to fight the real enemy if it ever comes our way. Thanks to brilliant scientists like Edward Jenner, who discovered the smallpox vaccine in 1798, we now have vaccines to prevent various diseases like cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox, and hepatitis. These vaccines are like shields that keep us safe from harmful microbes. You might remember going to the doctor for COVID vaccination. It helped you protect from COVID-19 virus. And did you know that vaccines are also given to animals to keep them healthy? It's important for all children to receive the necessary vaccines. You might have seen advertisements and campaigns about polio drops and the Pulse Polio program. These are examples of vaccines that help protect against polio. Next, students, as we talked about it at the start of the video, we know that microorganisms help in increasing the fertility of the soil. So let us understand this in detail. Picture a team of tiny gardeners working underground to make the soil super fertile. These amazing gardeners are not the actual ones but the special bacteria known as biological nitrogen fixers. Some bacteria and blue-green algae like Rhizobium, Azotobacter, and Clostridium increase the soil fertility. They have a unique talent: they can take nitrogen from the air and convert it into a usable form called ammonia. This ammonia then combines with other elements to form compounds that plants can absorb through their roots. It's like giving the plants a nutritious meal that helps them grow strong and green. You see, nitrogen is like a magical nutrient that plants need to grow, just like how we need food. But sometimes, the soil lacks enough nitrogen to feed the plants. That's where these incredible bacteria come in. They work together with plants in a partnership, providing them with the nitrogen they need. By enriching the soil with nitrogen, these bacteria play a crucial role in increasing soil fertility. Lastly, microorganisms help in cleaning the environment. Let us learn how. Microorganisms are tiny living creatures that help in cleaning the environment. They do this by decomposing organic waste, like dead plants and animals, into simpler substances. This process is called decomposition, and it involves bacteria, fungi, and other microorganisms breaking down the waste and turning it into nutrients and gases. When microorganisms decompose organic waste, they release enzymes that break down complex substances into smaller molecules. They use these molecules as food and produce byproducts like carbon dioxide and water. This helps to get rid of harmful and smelly substances, keeping the environment clean. So students, in conclusion, microorganisms play diverse and significant roles in our lives. They help in the production of delicious food items like curd and bread through processes like fermentation. They also contribute to the production of medicines, such as antibiotics, that fight against harmful microorganisms. Vaccines, made from microorganisms, protect us from diseases. Moreover, microorganisms increase soil fertility by converting atmospheric nitrogen into usable compounds for plants. Lastly, microorganisms clean up the environment by decomposing organic waste. These incredible creatures have a profound impact on our health, food, and the world around us. Now that you have understood the topic, open the EduRev app, study the chapter notes, and take the test of this chapter. Your marks are going to tell whether you have understood the topic. Also, here is an amazing secret. You get video lectures, chapter notes, and MCQ tests for all the chapters in the EduRev app. That's the magic of EduRev courses. You get everything in a single place. And, not just science, you get amazing courses for maths, social studies, English, Hindi, and much more on EduRev. Thank you.